Hey guys, Lustre here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video with this beautiful TV. So this is the Hisense H9G, and on my previous video I show you guys the first impression, how this TV looks, the ports, the back section, front, measurements, everything. So if you guys want to know more about that, check out the previous video. I'm gonna leave a link or a card right here on top. So now, based on that video, a lot of you guys had left me comments asking for some of my suggested presets or settings, picture settings for this TV. So this video is going to be pretty much all about that. I want to show you settings for watching movies in SDR, HDR, and let me tell you, this picture, the picture that you get out of this TV, it's beautiful. You're gonna love this. All right, so welcome to the channel, guys. I'm Lustre, and let's do this. Alright guys, so we're gonna start with HDR settings, and keep in mind that these are going to be my own personal settings. So I always suggest to try them, use them, but use the ones that works best for you. Alright, so I'm gonna start with HDR first. So picture, we're gonna go into picture. The first thing you gotta check out is the backlight. Make sure that your backlight is all the way up to 100%, and then automatic sensor, turn this off because this is going to dictate the brightness of the TV and you want to control that. All right, so let's go into local dimming, and of course you want to have this on high. I always use this on high. If you turn it off, the whole picture gets dim. You don't want to do that. You want to get the best black levels and also the brightness, right? The brighter picture possible with also good contrast in black levels. So I feel like the local dimming on this TV works beautifully. It looks nice, beautiful picture. Now another thing you notice is that when you're playing HDR, you have on the picture mode, you have this HDR theater, for example, and that is what I'm using right now. HDR Vivid, Standard, Energy Saving, Sport, and HDR Theater. So I'm using theater because I feel like it has the closest to more natural balanced colors, but I did some changes. So the little changes that I did, they do make an impact on the picture. But also over here, I didn't change much out of the box. So contrast is at 50, brightness is at 50, and color is at 55. I feel like color at 55 has this punchier, more vibrant colors, but at the same time, they're not oversaturated. I think they look great. So over here in tint, it's at 0, of course, and sharpness is at 5. Then let's go into advanced settings because this is when it gets a little bit more interesting. So once you use theater, HDR theater or theater picture, you notice that the whole picture gets a little more warm. If you don't like that, I think it's set up at low. So I did change it to mid-low because I felt like it was too much yellowish throughout the whole picture, and I didn't like that. Mid-low works fine. I like it, it's my favorite. And medium, I feel like medium is kind of too cold for me. So mid-low is warm 1. Compared to, for example, Samsung. That's how I feel. Now over here, motion enhancement, I like to use this one on clear. Some of you guys don't like this because this is some sort of like soap opera effect, but to be honest, I like this and I suggest to use it in clear. There's different options here. You can also customize this if you want to, but clear works great for me. Look at this beautiful picture. My goodness, you guys are gonna love this TV. So over here, let's go back. Oh, advanced settings. Let's go over here, motion clearness. This is BFI or black frame insertion. I do not like this. This is usually good for sports, but to be honest guys, I do not like this. I turn it off. It's just totally optional. Now noise reduction and digital noise reduction, I have this off because this is usually for low resolution content, like if you're watching cable content on over-the-air channels. Personally, I do not even have cable. I don't even have an antenna, so that is just how I am more solely dedicated this TV to watching 4K content. I do watch, you know, like HD content or HDR content as well through Netflix, for example, but if for some reason you're watching HD content from cable or from over the air, you might want to turn this on. This noise reduction, you can use it on high to reduce that, and also digital noise reduction. You can only use it on high, but I never use this, so that is just my own personal taste. Active contrast. Some people think that active contrast, it actually kills the black levels. Honestly, on this TV, I have it on high and I see no problems. As a matter of fact, I feel like the picture gets brighter and the black levels get even deeper black level. I love this active contrast. So once again, this is my own personal taste. Color space, I have it in automatic. I noticed that in native, when you're using HDR, it also works good, but I feel like in automatic works better because it adjusts the colors to, oh wow, so I do notice a difference, especially in the sun. It adjusts automatically to whatever content you're watching. So I like to have this one in automatic when I'm using HDR. So another important calibration settings, let's go here. Another setting that I did change is the gamma. Out of the box, this TV comes at 2.2. And what I noticed is that I feel like it introduces a lot of white throughout the whole picture. And I don't like that. So I changed this to 2.4. Oh, we're going to go into a commercial real quick. I'm going to skip this because this is an SDR. We're working with HDR right now. All right, so let's go back into, look at this beautiful picture, Jesus. Oh man, you guys, trust me, you guys are gonna love this TV. It looks beautiful. So I feel like those are the settings that I'm using. Like I said, I didn't make a lot of changes because I feel like out of the box it looks beautiful, but these little subtle changes that I did, they do make a big difference. 2.2, so let's change this to 2.4. Yes, I love it at 2.4. It's going to make the image a little bit dimmer, but the black levels are going to be so much better. And then at the end, over here, I just apply to all source, and that's it. So those are the HDR settings that I'm using on this TV. And trust me, guys, I mean, to me personally, it looks absolutely beautiful. So now let's go and try SDR. Alright guys, so now let's go into SDR settings. They do change a little bit, not by much, but I'm going to show you what I'm using right now. So let's go into picture. The backlight, of course, I'm going to have it. Local dimming is going to be high. The backlight on all the way up if you want to get, you know, the brightest level of your TV. Now, if you're playing this on a dark room, I probably suggest to lower it down because this TV gets bright. It gets bright. So you guys notice here in picture mode, I have in theater day, and you also have the option of theater night. I do not like theater night unless you customize, you change, but I do notice all the colors they get turned down, and I don't like that. The whole picture just gets darker because of course you're going to be on a dark room. So theater day, it's the brightest picture, but I did make some changes. Now contrast, it's out at 45. And I like it like this because if you increase this, you notice like it does get brighter, but the whole picture gets this white tint in there. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep the colors vibrant. Brightness is at 50. Color is at 50 as well. Sharpness is at 5. And let's go to advanced settings. So over here, once again, the color temperature, I did change it to mid-low. I believe it wasn't low again. But like I explained, I don't like warm too, it's just too much yellowish. Once again, motion enhancement is at clear, and I turned off all these other enhancements. I explained already, this is for lower resolution content. Active contrast, I have this one on high, but like I said, you can change this active contrast. Doesn't really impact that much here in SDR. That's what I noticed. It impacts more the picture in HDR. Color space, this is something that I did notice, and I changed it to native. I feel like native has more vibrant colors. You guys notice the difference? So in SDR, color space, I use it in native. It does make a difference. And in HDR, I use it in automatic. Wow, it does look much better. For some reason, I prefer this. Some people might say, oh, this doesn't look too realistic, it looks too fake, but I love vibrant colors. So calibration settings, once again, the gamma, I changed this to 2.4. 2.2 gets brighter, but I prefer 2.4. It just like the contrast and black levels look so much better. Trust me guys, you're gonna love this picture. Alright, so that's it for the SDR. Like I said, it's very similar to my HDR settings. Some things did change, but this is what I'm using right now. And if you want to use it for cable content or for Blu-rays, for example, you can use the same settings. But if you feel like there's too much pixelation, turn on those noise reduction options, turn them on and see how it works. But I can't test it for you right now because first, I get a copyright content right away. For some reason, YouTube doesn't like me to show it, not even commercials. So I don't want to get through that trouble, but just try turning on those settings to see how it works. This TV also supports Dolby Vision. So when you're playing Dolby Vision content, you'll notice that it also changed here, the picture. So let's go here. Same thing. Backlight is on local living high. Backlight level is all the way up 100%, and then picture mode, you notice that you have Dolby Vision bright, Dolby Vision dark, or you can also customize your own Dolby Vision settings. But in this case, I'm using Dolby Vision bright, and you have access to some of the settings. Contrast 50%, everything is noticed is like almost in the middle. They try to keep everything balanced. Color, I did increase it to 55%, and then they remove sharpness all the way. Now, if you feel like the image is a little soft, you can add a little bit of sharpness, but I'm just going to leave it like that. I think it looks sharp already. Advanced settings, let's go into here, and then color temperature to have it in mid-low. Motion enhancements, I did change it to clear once again. I believe it was in standard, or yeah, it was in standard. I changed it to clear. And then all this are turned off once again. And active contrast, I have it on high. Now you don't have access to color space, it's automatically on native. And then over here, calibration settings, you don't have access to gamma either, so it's locked at 2.2. Now let me see if I can customize this in Dolby Vision. I haven't even tried this, so contrast, let's go into advanced settings. So I'm going to change this to motion enhancements and standard. Let's change this to clear. All this are turned. Let me turn this off. You don't need all this digital noise reduction, active contrast. I'm going to have it on high. Oh yeah, you can't access either of those. So these other options are already pretty much locked out. So that's why I'm just using Dolby Vision bright. And that's it. That's about it. I don't need to do anything else. Huh. There you go. That's pretty much it. It's already locked in. So once you have this, you can apply this to all sources. And that's it. It's already applied. You can't change that. So these are my own settings, guys. I don't want to show off too much here, but trust me, they work really good for me. You can use them, abuse them, change them, whatever you want to try them, but always use the ones that work best for you, because probably my eye vision is different than yours. Maybe your environment is different than yours. So these are my suggested settings for movies. On my next video, I'm going to show you settings for gaming, and trust me, gaming on this TV is a blast. It is a blast. So you want to stay tuned for that. You like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Jolster, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Let's see. This beautiful picture, Narcos. Man, Netflix has some really awesome TV shows. You guys gotta check them out. Awesome TV shows, beautiful picture. All right, see you guys in the next one. Jolster out.